VIP stream for the in-season tournament. Today we have two exciting teams, the Terruptive Terrakion and the Postwick Pelippers fighting it out, or duking it out in this one. How you doing, Spanish?
I am chilling as usual.
Heck yeah. So this is an interesting matchup, right? These are two teams that are across the conferences right now, and so they don't actually get to play that much, but they did end up in the same groupings for the actual in-season tournament, so we actually get to see a free game out of this one. Obviously, starting off with the Terruptive Terrakions here, they're 6-0 to start the season. They've been undefeated and they've been playing really well. I'm pretty sure they haven't even dropped a game with less than 2 Mons left on the field at the end. So that's the dominance we're talking about right now. And this lot speech guy in the Postwick Pelippers, he's 4-2 after dropping 2 games to start out the season, and then he's on a 4-game winning streak right now. So yeah, no, I'm excited to see what he can do here. Um, any thoughts on these teams, Spanish?
Well, I think it's interesting because this is Pekinor's like fifth match, I think, against Trick Room, and so by this point he's probably he's got his tricks up his sleeve by now, and so I think it'll be interesting to see how Lot Speech accommodates for this, right? Because again, like this is a very like half the league is running Trick Room, and I'm just I think it's just interesting to see how we each try to run it into Pekinor, somewhat unsuccessfully, but Lot Speech has got this. He's clearly going to be the first.
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of the teams that are running Trick Room, they're just so different in how they're actually built. Because, the Postwick Pelippers, this is a team where they can also run Tailwind right next to their Trick Room and do great success because they just have so many threats that can take advantage of it. For example, like Blastoise, it loves being in Trick Room, and then it can also set up Shell Smash and go into Tailwind if it wants to just Water Spout off rip. There's just so many different variables with this Postwick Pelipper team you got to worry about. Whereas, like with the Kanto Koraidon's Lilycove, or the Lilycove Latias, those two teams are running more hard trick room, right? They're very dedicated to it, and I would argue Lilycove's kind of a mix between Postwick Pelipers and Kanto Koraidon, just because they do have a couple of Tailwind options, but they're not nearly as fast as some of Lot's Mons here. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you want to talk about the teams from your
I
perspective
mean,
now? Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think obviously Piquenor's coming into this 6-0, right? Obviously, he's got the pressure in his favor, right? He's very much so in his bag right now on a 6-game win streak. So I think generally people are expecting big things out of him, and I don't think he feels the pressure. I think this generally just kind of works to his favor, right? You're kind of like you can't play for him to lose because you won't. You have to play to like force a mistake,
yeah,
and even then, right? It's probably not enough. And like I said, I mean, he's beaten every other Trick Room player, which I mean, I don't know if he's played Lily Cove, but regardless, I mean, he's won every matchup. So there's a certain amount of pressure here on Lot Speech, especially since no one wants Pekinor to win again. And I think generally the matchup is just to Pekinor's favor, right? He does have access to every possible option to prevent Trick Room. He has Fake Out, he has Taunt, he has Whirlwind, he has Dragon Tail, he has Imprison. He can undo it with Trick Room, right? He's got every option, which I think makes it a really hard match to prep for. So I'm kind of expecting to see maybe Tailwind here at some point from Postwick, but who
right.
knows at
Right,
this
it's going to
point.
be a very speed control heavy game here. Just because, there's so much that both teams kind of want to do to impose their will on the other. Um, but yeah, I feel like for me, my top three going into this for the Terruptive Terrakions is going to be seeing that Gallade put in some work, that Vaporeon, and probably Mega Arrow. Obviously, Mega Arrow is kind of the staple for this Terruptive Terrakion team. But it is very good regardless. It gets access to Tailwind, it gets access to Rock Slide, as you've already mentioned, I believe. So, yeah, no, those are kind of my three picks there. And Postwick Pelipers, I have Blastoise, just because those Shell Smash Rage Powder shenanigans just go absolutely absurd if Lots can get it set up correctly. And then to be honest, I think Sinistcha Sylveon is going to be my last two for this team, just because Sylveon can put a lot of pressure on this team just with those throat spray hyper voices if they opt to do that. And Sinistra, obviously, it gets the redirection to set up Blastoise. It can set up Trick Room if it really wants to. And Machagacha is going to hurt just anything that doesn't want to get burned here. So, yeah, those are my top three. Your turn?
Yeah, personally, I mean, on Picano's side, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He doesn't really have like that interesting of a team. It's very much so two dimensional, right? The issue isn't usually, oh, what is Picano going to do? It's kind of, how do I deal with what he's going to do,
Right.
right? But I will say the Vaporeon and the Gallade are particularly interesting because the Gallade, at the very least, like, yeah, it gets imprisoned, and its main thing is probably to prevent Trick Room from going up. But say Lawn Speech does try to set up a Tailwind, you can then with Gallade set up Trick Room, and I think that does add a level of um, it adds a level of complexity to the matchup that is worth mentioning. And I think Vaporeon's one of those Pokemon that just gets access to so many moves
Oh, yeah, no,
that
for sure.
it's bound to do something noteworthy, right? Like, okay, maybe it's just Scald, Protect, Wish, and Yawn or something, but even then, it's probably more interesting than the Pokemon that's just going to click Rock Slide the entire time, or the Pokemon who has, or the Incineroar who's just going to click the same four moves it always clicks, right? Like these are just Pokemon that, to me at least, are just drastically uninteresting because they're so two dimensional.
Yeah.
Then on Lot Speech's side, I like the Spather. I think Spather is one of those Pokemon who, again, like Vaporeon, just has access to so many things, right? You can Stored Power, you can Calm Mind, I mean, obviously, speed boost, right? It does get frisk, which is interesting. At least you don't have to go speed boost.
Hmm.
It gets psychic terrain, which we've seen him use, and just generally gets access to so many other things, right? It gets encore. I'm pretty sure. Just a bunch of really like potentially useful moves.
Yeah. And we see the Incin Aerodactyl lead from Picnor here. That is kind of his bread and butter. And the Sylveon Aerodactyl lead for Lot Speech here. We could see some good um, tailwind opportunities for both teams here.
Yeah, no. It'll be an interesting first turn because Lot Speech probably has a covert cloak on at least one of these mons, and the Intimidate's interesting because it means Aerodactyl probably can't just click Rock Slide here on Lot Speech's end. I don't know what Sylveon's doing. Could do any number of things. It could Wish. It could Hyper Voice. It could be Hyper Beam for all I know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I think it's
I
an
mean,
interesting situation, right? Because Ensign, he has the fake out pressure here. Obviously, there could be Covert Cloak on any one of these Mons on Lots' side, but we don't actually see that. We see the Blastoise come in here. And the fake out will go into the Blastoise slot, so maybe it was the right call from Lots after all. And the
oh
Sylveon gets
well,
flinched going
yeah,
into
we
turn
see
two.
the Rock Slide fake out, just very much so, just going for the attack. We do see the switch out, so presumably not Covert Cloak on Aerodactyl. Obviously not on Sylveon. Because it did get flinched, but
I
I mean,
actually,
Blastoise, you're threatening a KO. Maybe it'll even Mega this time. And look at that.
Aerodactyl
It did
gets
not just
switched for
hybrid
Vaporeon.
those.
That water absorb not doing
Yeah.
or not letting that water spout do anything. And the parting shot comes out from
No.
Ensign after the water spout did do enough, but the citrus berry took it back to 70%. And I'm gonna let you
Still chunked a ton of HP though, and
I'm gonna go
Hyper
ahead and
Voice from or from
let you
Hyper Voice
cover
from
the
Sylveon does a
play-by-play.
good chunk to everything, right? I mean, resisted Aerodactyl still doing 45% is kind of nuts, and I mean it's good chip on Vaporeon. It's not like game changing, but that 18% could come in later.
Right, and I think it's a game where you really want to start chipping early on Lot's side, just because you know if you let Picknor stay on the field, stay healthy, it's going to be an
Yeah.
issue.
See Sinistra come out into the Aerodactyl Protect and Icy Wind from Vaporeon, which kind of sets up Lot Speech here for a pretty decent opportunity to set up Trick Room. Because, I mean, yeah, you have to worry about Aerodactyl hitting you, but I mean, but it's just there's a lot of dynamics in play, right? Because if Sinistra protects and Aerodactyl just goes dual Wind Beat into it, you probably die into Moonblast from Sylveon.
And we see
Oh,
the Iron Head come out from the
yeah,
Aerodactyl here into the
Shadow
Shadow
Ball
Ball Protect.
Vaporeon. Yeah, that is a rough turn for Lot Speech. Got read like a book.
Yeah,
Unfortunate to see. We'll see how he
the
bounces back.
Blastoise does come back out here.
I mean, it
This
reset the
is
stat from parting shot, so presumably it'll attack again. It could shell smash, but
in the
if
Rage
it
Powder.
does,
Shell Smash will come out here, like you did predict.
it's icy wind. Yeah,
Icy Wind shouldn't be enough, but this Mega Aerodactyl could very well outspeed, given how fast it is compared to Blastoise naturally, and I'm not
yeah.
sure +1 is
I
enough for
don't
this
think the
Blastoise to
+1
outspeed.
is enough. No, I mean, but still, I mean, Rage Powder again and Blastoise. I mean, I think Aerodactyl probably switches here, right?
Right.
Because Rage Powder is just a massive liability for you. So the game could like if Lot Speech gets a good read here, it's kind of game.
And we
Oh,
see
I
the
mean,
Aerodactyl
finish the
stay in
lead.
here, actually, with the Aura Sphere going into
Oh,
Aerodactyl, picking up the KO for 55%.
yeah,
And the Shadow Ball will pick up the KO into Sinistra, though. This
but
Vaporeon
that
getting
is
good
Tailwind
passive here.
gone on Pikanor's end, and I mean, it's not clear what he does from here.
And we will see Ensign come out with the Intimidate. Gets a drop on Aerodactyl. Not sure if it matters yet or not. But we see another Protect come out from this Aerodactyl here. And
Double
double
protect,
Protect
yeah,
to just stop that Fake Out from really affecting him in this turn 7. And that Icy Wind won't do anything either thanks to that double Protect. So Lots now knows
yeah.
kind of what Pignor's game plan is trying to be in this turn 8.
I mean, it's probably Tailwind from Aerodactyl. No, just Rock Slide, which is interesting. I mean, yeah,
And we see the Aura Sphere come out. But
Icy Wind
Icy
hits
Wind.
again, but I don't know if that matters for the speed tiers at all, because it's probably max speed Blastoise. So,
Protect on Incineroar is something that I don't think we see very often, actually, just because it's got so many good support moves. But we
yeah.
do see the Rock Slide come off.
You see the KO on Incineroar, which is big. Blastoise is going to take an Icy Wind, brings it down to -1 speed now. And Aerodactyl at half its speed. So now both get outsped by Vaporeon and Meowscarada. Crucial turn here for Lot Speech because it's
This
not clear what he
Aerodactyl
does.
is in a tough spot. That last turn is likely where you do want to actually get a Tailwind up, just because if you don't,
Yeah,
you are getting outsped by this Meowscarada every time, regardless of what happens. And now you have to pivot, or you have to let this Aerodactyl go
saddle.
down. So and this
And you probably
Blastoise
could have
isn't
just
even in a good
taken an
spot
attack
either.
from Incineroar too. So it's a double protect probably. No.
Protect
Oh,
into
just a hard
Blastoise reads the
read.
U-turn,
Oh,
gets the Tailwind off. Scald goes into Aerodactyl, picking up the KO, and now Lots
that's
now has
I
good
mean,
utility for whatever's coming in here on the speed control
the
side.
question is, will Blastoise outspeed Meowscarada here? I don't actually know.
I think it's a
Um,
matter of if Delphox can KO
Delphox
Meowscarada
outspeeds.
here.
If it's the same choice Meowscarada that usually comes, it's honestly this is a really bad turn for Picanor because we usually see him with a scarfed Meowscarada. Probably dies to a flamethrower or a heat wave here. We do see it switch, so presumably it was choiced. See the crit on Garchomp. We'll see if it matters or not. But
Aura Sphere
see
going to
Vaporeon
pick
go
up
down
the
to Morse here.
KO to Vaporeon there. Oh my
And this
lord.
might just be game because I don't know what comes in here to eat an attack.
Gallade
We
apparently.
see Gallade, but I mean, one of these Mons is going down, and then it's just going to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
presumably he's going to double the Garchomp, I'd imagine, because I mean, Gallade probably has Night Slash. I mean, I don't know. It's right. Like it depends on what you want to bet on
We will
Gallade
see
having.
the Heat Wave
It's going to
miss
miss
into
on
the Chomp,
Garchomp,
but it
crit on
crits
Gallade.
into Gallade. Aqua
Oh, Aqua
Cutter
Cutter KOs. See the
KOs.
double into Gallade.
And now you're in a tough
Oof.
spot if you're Lots. You
Yeah.
just have that Espathra into this Meowscarada Garchomp. Picanor in the position that he always likes to be in going into these end games. And now it's going to be a little bit tough if you don't have some sort of
I mean, I don't see how his
support.
Spather is hitting a Masquerada.
It does get access to Dazzling Gleam, so this is a very decent
Yes, but
opportunity.
do you do enough damage
It's a
to
matter of
kill
if he can
Bubble?
hit in a
It does not
hypnosis,
do
but
enough
he's not
damage.
running a
I'm pretty
hypnosis
confident.
set, and that
See the
is
crit.
game.
Crit probably mattered.
I don't think crit mattered there,
Except
depending
it's
on depending
Nah.
on the actual depending on the actual spread on the
I mean,
Zapper,
it
it
was
definitely did
bulky, I
not
think.
matter.
That wasn't a I mean, maybe it wasn't bulky, but that did no damage to Garchomp. Could have been could have been vested Garchomp, I guess.
That was a very
I mean, I don't know, I
interesting
think it was a
matchup.
close game. This is typical Picador barely winning a game. Despite I mean, again, we do see Picador heavily relying on a flinch here, right? You have to wonder what would have happened if the Sylveon doesn't flinch turn 1
Right,
and gets
right.
to hit that Hyper Voice on the Aerodactyl for free.
Yeah, and I think
So,
it's one of those situations where if your lot speeds, you're wishing you had a little bit of those one of those turns back, especially the turn where he gets that read into the Iron Heads for Sylveon,
yeah, the Iron
which is
Head really secured
just
the win here for Picador,
which is
but, I mean,
just
still a
so
good
good.
win, but again, another really close one
But yeah,
where, I mean, which is kind of becoming commonplace for Picador. This is what, his 3rd back-to-back win where he wins with 2 Pokemon on the field? Like,
yeah, no, he is playing very, very good right now.
yeah. I mean, Lot Speech did get the double crit there at the end. I don't think either mattered, to be fair, so
I know the crit into Garchomp
mm,
didn't matter too much outside of just getting a little bit of damage off. But,
yeah.
I think the
Oh,
keys to
this
the
is
game here really was just Pakenor getting that speed control regardless, and then saving the mons he knew was going to matter in back, which ended up being Garchomp and that Meowscarada. So he was okay with sacking Aerodactyl and Vaporeon there, because they kind of already did their jobs, right? They already spaced the field. They already took the speed stats down all the
yeah.
way, and it set him up really nicely. Is Picanor here?
Yeah, let me join.
Hello, Picanor. Welcome, welcome, Picanor. Yes. How are you doing today? Congrats on the win.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn you up real quick. I think you're kind of quiet. So yeah. Obviously this is an in-season tournament game. It's not counting towards your record. But how you feeling about this? Winning your first in-season tournament game. Obviously against an opponent where you didn't really have anything to go off of. You don't really play this guy, and yeah, no, this is just a like once a season kind of matchup here. How you feeling about getting this win?
That was good. Kind of scary. I got nervous at some points. Good game.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those situations, right, where you played really nicely in spots and you had a few off turns, but how'd you manage to overcome it? What was kind of the saving grace for you in your opinion?
Slowing down the Blastoise with icy winds was good, and getting the quick KO on Nisha. I sacked Aero to get that kill because Nisha is scary.
Yeah, no, that Sinistcha was putting a lot of pressure up, especially after you did that icy wind in that one turn, and then you were looking at like a potential trick room going up, right? And how you overcome it, right, is you do the read into the protect on Sinistcha, pick up the KO into Sylveon, right? Um, that was a big play. Was that a really nervous turn for you? For you?
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think if he set up the room, I can still win, but it was a 50-50 almost.
hmm Yeah. Um, Obviously you're one of the best coaches in the league right now. Or no, you are the best coach in the league right now. Sorry, let me correct that for you, King. Um, but you're going in. You're gonna play Nimble now, right? Um,
Yeah.
Obviously you've beat him once, but you've revealed tech since then. He's revealed tech since then. Um, is there anything you're nervous about going into that next matchup that you're gonna be focusing on really hard, or have you not looked at it that much?
Uh, I'm gonna have to play on my phone, so that's a problem. Comes in law. I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's pretty much an auto loss.
I just lost this game, so no need prepping. I know I lose.
Yeah, no, it's definitely hard to prep on phone, for sure. But yeah, no, it's been nice having you on. Obviously, I'm tired. I don't know who else is tired. I've worked all day. But if you have any questions, Spanish, you can go ahead.
No, I'm not. I think this was a pretty straightforward match. I don't know. How much do you think the flinch on turn one mattered, though? How do you think you had that if that hyper voice goes off a turn earlier?
I think I do. It. How much did Hyper Voice do? It did
Did
like
45 to Aerodactyl.
yeah, but then Arrow got one shot. I think it changes things, but I don't think I lose.
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah, I
have
mean,
managed.
It definitely just
I
sets
don't know.
up
I
a
just like
different
getting
game
the coach's
entirely.
opinions on these things because, like, obviously the crit on Garchomp didn't matter. Crit on Gallade probably didn't matter. Maybe it did.
I think,
I mean, it lived anyway. So but I don't know. I think it's just worth asking usually
Yeah,
is to
I mean
see what you thought, right? Because obviously, I think it probably did matter. I don't know if you lose it if it doesn't flinch, but
it's 30%. It's a lot.
yeah. But Instant takes the hit too,
yeah,
True.
yeah.
and Instant with whatever it was taking from Hyper Voice probably goes down to Water Spout. So I mean, I don't know. That's my thought. I don't know. Obviously, you were playing. You probably know what you thought. So
Loki, this was kind of the most boring good match I've watched in a while. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like it was good. Like this is like a good match, but it wasn't hype, you know?
it was very straightforward. It was Pokemon attack Pokemon, player make one read and win the game. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, no, Picanor, there's a reason he's undefeated, and obviously he's keeping that streak alive even in the in-season tournament here. So congrats to you, Picanor, and we'll talk to you next time you win a game. So yeah,
yeah, no, he's gone by the way. He left like a while ago.
good.
I don't know if you were waiting for him to like
Yeah.
respond.
No, 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 no. I was just giving him his outro. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
This game, not my best commentated game. Obviously, we got a little mismatched here and there, and everything. But yeah, no, we did get it streamed, and that's what matters, right?
yep.
So yeah, no, we do have this commentated and streamed. Thank you once again, Spanish, for being my commentating buddy every time we commentate, at
That's
least
all right. I
once or
got you.
twice.
I usually got time. It's that's the convenient thing about these things always being at 10, 11 p.m. for me is I don't usually do a lot from 10 to 11 p.m. on
Yeah.
Monday. So, because like this is usually too early to study, but too late to be doing anything else. So,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously my goal with you is to always help you get better at commentating and
yeah,
in turn help me get better at commentating with you.
yeah.
But
One of these
we'll
days, I'm
keep
gonna
working
get good
on it.
enough at commentating, and I'm gonna commentate my own match. Just you wait.
I will let you do it, but it'll have to be like a meme match, okay?
I'll bet. Wait, so if I can get one person in the server to agree to a meme match, I can stream and commentate. Wait, this is
Yes.
free. Wait, I know exactly who to hit up for this.
It's
Dude,
also
there's a whole team dedicated to this kind of shenanigans.
But yeah, thank you everybody who tuned in. Sorry for the less professional stream today. But yeah, no,
Thank you.
we appreciate you for tuning in anyways, and congrats to Picanor on another win, and good job to Lot Speech for making that a good game for a bit there. Um, just two really good players, and I'm looking forward to see how they do the rest of the season. This is
Yeah, no,
Clomp signing
it'll
off.
be. Watch.